Act 5. Open Country. There they are, the dark old linder trees, as strong and sturdy as ever, and to think that I should set eyes on them once again after all my travels. It's the same old place, the cottage where they took me in when storm and shipwreck landed me on these stones. A worthy couple they were, so kind and good. I'd like to tell them so and thank them. But they were old then, they may be gone now. It's a question. Shall I knock at the door or give them a help? Greetings, if you are still there, and enjoy the happy life you deserve after what you did for others. Very old. Hush, hush, stranger dear, let my man finish his sleep, then he'll be able to busy himself for the short time he's up. Tell me, aren't you Mother Bosses? You must be. So I haven't come too late to thank you for saving my life that time. Philemon and you. I was at the point of death. When you wetted my lips, I was young then. Enter Philemon. And you are Philemon, who stoutly dragged my possessions ashore. I remember your quick bonfire, and the silver sound of your bell. It was given to you and Bosses to rescue me in that catastrophe. But now, let me step outside and look at the ocean. Let me kneel and say a prayer. I am so moved. He walks out over the dune. To Bosses. Quick now, and set the table in the garden. Let him go and look. He'll get the shock of his life. He won't believe his eyes. Standing beside Wanderer, where you once had that grim struggle with wind and waves, it's all a garden now, a paradise to behold. I wasn't young anymore, and I wasn't able to give a hand. But as an aged man, I watched and saw them push the water farther and farther back. The masters knew their job, but the men had to take risks. They dug ditches, built dams, took land from the sea, and made them theirs. Look, one green meadow after another, gardens, villages, woods. Come and feast your eyes. The sun hasn't long to go. Far off, you can make out the sails of ships heading for home tonight. Like birds that know their nests. That's where the harbor is now. The ocean's just a blue strip on the horizon. To right and left of you the lands, all thickly populated. The three at table in the garden. You haven't a word to say. You're hungry, and you don't eat a bite. He wants to know about the prodigy. You like talking, you tell him. A prodigy it surely was. It bothers me still. There was something wrong, something wicked about the whole thing. Do you mean the emperor was wicked when he gave him the short line? Didn't the herald proclaim it riding past with his trumpet. It was quite close to our dooms that the start was made. They set up hunts and tents, and soon there was a palace there with glass and green trees round it. The workmen toiled and slaved all day with pick and shovel and go nowhere. At night you could see lights moving, and the next day they stood at them. Men's slaves were sacrificed. You could hear them groaning in the dark. Torrents of fire flowed down into the water, and when the morning came, behold, a candle. He is a godless man. He covers our cottage and our trees. He is so domineering. He expects us to do what he tells us. Didn't he offer us a nice piece of property on the new soil? Don't trust that flat land. Stick to your high ground. Let us go to the chamber and watch the sunset. Ring the bell, kneel and pray, and put us trust in the God of our fathers. Palace, extensive formal garden, a large straight canal. Faust, in advanced old age, walking about, meditating through his megaphone. The sun is setting. The last of the ships are running in. A freight boat is entering the canal to dock here, its mast erect, its colored pennants waving merrily. The sailor's joy is centered in you. Fortune greets you at this crowing moment. The bell rings on the dune, starting up. That cursed bell! It hurts me cruelly like a stab in the dark. Before my eyes, my dominion is complete. But from behind, vexation teases me, reminding me with taunting noise that my vast estate is not unblemished. I don't possess the lind trees, nor the brown cottage, nor the crumbling chamber. And if I wanted to rest there, I should be terrified of ghosts. It's strewn in the flesh, an offense to the sight. Oh, to be anywhere but here. At above. How nicely the freighter is coming in on the evening wind. Its pile of cargo in bales and boxes grows bigger and bigger every minute. A handsome boat, richly laden with the products of remote parts of the world. Mephistopheles, the three giants. Now we've landed, here we are, hail to the master, hail to the boss. They disembark. The cargo is unshipped. We've come through well. If the boss approves, it's all we ask. We settle with 2 ships, and we come back with 20. What feats we performed, you can see from our cargo. The open sea frees the spirit who stops to sink there. Quick actions was wanted. Catching a ship's like catching fish. If you caught 3, you grapple a 4th. The 5th doesn't have a look in. Might is right. You don't ask how. You ask what. If I know anything about the sea, there's a trinity here, a three-in-one, world trade and piracy. Not a word of thanks, not a word of greeting. He puts a face at what we brought, this royal treasure. He thinks it stinks. You won't get any more from him. You've helped yourselves already. That was just our pocket money. Equal shares is what we want. First, you must settle the stuff in the halls. When he sees the wealth of it, he won't be stingy. He'll entertain us lavishly. The gay girls will be coming tomorrow. I'll look after them properly. The cargo is moved away to Faust. When I remind you of your great good fortune, you take it very gravely, very gloomily. Yet, as you can see, the plan was wise and has succeeded. The sea and the shore are at peace with one another, giving our ships quick and easy access to the open. Standing here in front of your palace, you can say that your arm encloses the whole world. And this is where it all started. Here stood the first log hut. We dug a ditch where now the oars plane briskly. Your great purpose, the devoted labor of your men, have won the rewards of land and sea standing here. Yes, here is a cursed here, and now that weighs me down. I have to tell you, you men of many parts, that I find it intolerable. I'm ashamed of myself when I say it. Those old people will have to go. I want those lenders for my recreation. This handful of trees that are not my trees wax everything, wax my whole estate. I intended to build platforms there among the branches to let me survive the full extent of my achievement. The supreme achievement of the human mind, setting the nations constructively to work on newly gained land. This is the worst torture of all, to feel a lack with so little lacking. The sound of the bell, the scent of the linders, stiffens me like being in a tube. The freedom of my mind in well is brought to nothing here in the sand. How shall I ever lift this of me? The bell tolls on, and I am beside myself with fury. Of course. There always has to be someone seen to sell your life for you. Don't we all know it? No man of breeding can bear to hear that tinkling sound, that damnable ding-dong that darkens the evening sky and gets into everything that happens from baptism to burial, making life seem no more than an idle dream between one silly note and the next. The stubborn way those people hold out masks all my splendid profit. It hurts me savagely to say it, but I have no choice. I give up trying to be just. Haven't you been colonizing all this long time? Why make such a fuss now? Very well. Go. and evict them. You know the little estate I chose for them. We'll pick them up and set them down. They'll be on their feet again in no time, and they'll forget the rough treatment when they see how lovely the new place is. He whistles shrilly. The three giants appear. Come and carry out the master's orders, and tomorrow we'll have a fleet festival. The master received us very coldly. A sweet festival will make amends. Add spectators. What we are doing is an old story. Naboth's vineyard all over again. Deep night, singing on the battlements. Always his eyes appointed to watch, pledged to the tower, like they walked. I look at the distant, I look at the near, I see moon and stars, see forest and stag, and enduring beauty everything, content with it all, I'm at ease with myself. You happy eyes, when all is there, whatever you saw, it was lovely to see. Pause. But I wasn't stationed up here for my own enjoyment. See what a horror confronts me in that night. Sparks flying in the dark clump of lindens. A conflagration spreading, fanned by the breeze. The mossy cottage burning inside. No help in sight, and the need urgent. Oh, those dear old people, always so careful of fire, and now a victim of those firms. What a disaster! The whole dark flame work blazing red. If only they could escape this inferno. Tongues of flame are molting in the leaves and twigs, the dry limbs catching and breaking off. Why must I have to witness this? A pity I'm so long-sighted. The little chapel is collapsing now under the flaming branches. The waving flames have reached the tree tops, and the hollow trunks are glowing down to the roots. Long pause, singing. What was always so pleasant a sight is what now with the centuries past. On the balcony, facing the downs. What plaintive notes are these that reach me from above? Reach me too late to be of use. It is my watchman grieving, and I too deplore what I did with such impatience. But no matter, if cylinders are reduced to burnt steams and cinders, will soon run up a lookout place where I can gaze into the infinity, and I can see the old couple housed in their new quarters, contented in their last years and bearing no malice. Speaking from below. Here we come on the high run. You will have to excuse us, since they didn't go more silly. We knock at the door and trump at the door, and no one came. We shook it and trump again, and the old door gave in. Then we shouted and threatened them and got no answer. They didn't hear, they didn't want to hear. That's the way it is in such cases, but we lost no time and quickly outed them. The old couple didn't suffer much, they died of shock. And the stranger, they who should fight, was soon dispatched. In the short encounter, sparks were scattered from the house and set some straw on fire. Now there's a big blaze, a funeral pie for the three of them. Were you deaf to what I said? I wanted exchange, not robbery. My curse on this wanton deed, share it among you. It's often said, obey your master. Yet if you stick to him and serve him boldly, you've everything to lose, even your life. Off on the balcony. The stars are fading in the sky. The fire has sunk low, but a shivery breeze is fanning it still, bringing a whiff of smoke with it. Haste on my part, over haste on theirs. But now, what shadows are these coming? Midnight. Enter 4 grey women. My name is Lack. My name is Debt. My name is Care. And mine is Need. The door is locked. We can't get in, and we don't wish to. A rich man lives here. This makes me a shadow, and makes me a nothing. From me they turned their pampered faces. Sisters, you can't get in, and you shouldn't. But Care can slip through the keyhole. Care disappears. Great sisters, away, away from here. I'll come along with you, side by side, and I'll be close on your heels. The clouds are flying, the stars vanish at a breath. And now, over there, from afar, I see him coming, our brother coming, our brother. Death. Off in the palace. I so full of them come, and only 3 left. The sense of what they said I couldn't follow. I seemed to hear a word like breath, and then another that rhymed with it, a dark word, death. It sounded muted, hollow like ghost voices. I haven't won my way to freedom yet. If I could only get rid of magic, unlearn my incantations utterly, and stand face to face with nature as a man, just as a man. It would be worthwhile to be a man. I was there once, before I prepared the real of darkness, damning myself and the world with impious words. The air is now so thronged with spooks and spectres, there's no escaping them. The daylight hours may be all sanity and sweetness, but the night involves us in a web of dreams. We come home happy from the fields. In springtime a bird croaks. What does it croak? Calamity. Beside, as we are, with superstitions hopelessly, there's always a something ominous that comes, a strange hint, a foreboding. It frightens us. We are alone. The door creaks and nobody comes in. Alarmed. Is anyone there? The answer must be yes. Who are you? Tell me. I'm here. That's enough. Be off with you. I'm in the right place. Furious at first, then calmer, aside. Look out now. No more magic spells from me. When care says a thing, whether heard or not, it re-echoes in the heart. If one goes or another, I make my cool power felt, a disquieting company by land or sea, not wanted, always at hand, cajoled one time and cursed the next. Have you never experienced me? I've just raced through the world, seizing what I fancied by the hair of its head. If it wasn't good enough, I let it go. If it endued me, I didn't bother. I've simply desired and fulfilled my desire and desired again, and so stormed through life. At first in a big way, but now I move more wisely, more really. I've taken the measure of this earth we live on. Into the beyond the view is blocked. Only an idiot would peer in that direction, imagining there were men like him beyond the clouds. Why should he go roving off into eternity? Let him stand where he stands and look about him. The world always has something to offer to a man of worth. When he sees it, he should hang on to it and shape his life accordingly. If there are ghosts above, ignore them and find his pleasure and his pain in moving on and on, knowing all the time that he'll never be satisfied. Once I get my grip on a man, the world is no use to him. A dark cloud settles down on him, the sun neither rises nor sets. With outer senses all intact, there are blacknesses within, depriving him of the very riches that are his, and letting him starve in the midst of plenty. Happiness, unhappiness, a matter of caprice. Things to do, welcome or unwelcome. He pulls them off, leaves them till tomorrow, and never quite grows up.
Rubbish! No more of that. I won't listen to it. Harping on that note, you might fool the wisest of men, you won't fool me.
Shall he go? Shall he come? He can't make up his mind. In the middle of the trodden road, he totters and he fumbles, seeming more and more aware, getting more and more confused. A burden to himself, a burden to others. Panting, choking, not quite suffocating, not yielding, not despairing, just rolling, unable to stop. Thwarted, driven, relieved, oppressed, never sound asleep, never wide awake. All this fixes him where he is, and prepares him for hell.
You wretched ghost. This is how you treated the human race times out of number, turning even indifferent days into tangles of torment. Phantoms, I know, are hard to be rid of. The bond with them will never be broken. But you, insidious power of care, I will not admit it.
Then 'tis it now, in the parting curse I leave you with. Most men are blind all their lives. Now, Faust, at long last, is your turn. She breathes on him. Off. Blinded.
The dark seems darker than before, but my inner light shines clear. No time must be lost in carrying out what I intended. The master's voice is needed here. Up from your beds, you laborers, everyone, let me see with my eyes what I so boldly planned. Seize your tools, add it with spades and shovels. The plot staked out must be finished now, and for strict discipline and speedy work I promise rich rewards. To complete a great project, one mind is enough for 1,000 hands.